Hi everyone, it's Lisa, and today we're going to draw and color a cute dragon. We're going to start off by drawing an oval for his head, and then we're going to draw the shape of his body. It's going to curve under his neck and around his bum, all the way to the end of his back. And now we're going to draw his neck coming down from his head and connecting to his back. So he's got a really big arch. Now we'll draw where his feet will go. One leg here, and one leg here. And then the back legs, 1 and 2. And as I'm thinking about this, I believe I'm going to need more room for the tail. So I'm just going to clean this up by erasing the further back one. And I don't think we're actually going to see both of his legs back here very well at all, because his tail is going to be so big. So what's going to happen is his tail starts up here and it's going to curl around the front of his leg. And then it's going to come back up to the tip, but we're going to trace in the line we just made, getting narrower as we go up. You might want to pause here just to have a look at what I've done. It's just like a hook. Now a little triangle at the end of his tail. And we can start to work on his face. I'm going to make nostrils and little dots inside. And then his eyes are just little dots that are close together. And here are his 2 horns on his head. 1 and 2. And his ears, 1 here. Can't really see the other one very well, so we'll leave it out. And then I'm going to make his neck a little narrower at the top, just because it's more cartoonish. Just clean up the line of his head. And now thinking about his neck, we're going to make the wings coming out from just a little ways down his neck. They a bit remind me of bat wings, and this dragon just has tiny little wings. I'm not really sure if they would work for flying, but they make him awfully cute. I think I put too many bumps, so I'm going to erase them and just put a few. So again, coming from his neck, 1, 2, 3. I think that's cuter. I like it. You make as many bumps as you like. I'm just going to put some webbing inside his wing here. And now just below his wings, we're going to start off with some spikes. And they're going to go all the way down his whole body, in behind his tail. And these are going to eventually end up on his tail. And it's going to cross over to this line here. And so they're going to get a little shorter here and then just cross right up on over onto the right side of his tail. That's the top edge of his tail. If it was stretched out, that would be the top. They're going to get tinier as it gets toward the point. And then they have to connect up between here and here. So I'm going to draw a faint line, but I'm not going to trace that line later. And here I go, just connecting up those triangles. Good. So now we'll start working on his feet. And this is a little bit of a leg, and then toes coming out from the bottom. And here's a front leg. And toes. And the other front leg hiding from the other side. Can't see the whole thing. And maybe we'll put some claws. I'm not sure here. I'm just going to think about this a little. Alright, so I'm going to draw some little shadow lines going down the front of his body. And then just some little scales, little U's here and there to give him texture. I'm just going to thicken up this leg a little bit. I think it's too skinny. It might have been okay. And here I'm going to erase my extra lines. The tail is in the front, so I want the tail line to be the most prominent one. And the back of his leg looks a little bit funny, so I'm just going to straighten it up. It's going to curve forward more and then bump out towards his foot. Yeah, that will help if I bring his tail a little wider. And maybe make his leg a little shorter. I'm not sure. I'm just not very happy with the foot. This is what artistry is all about. It's changing your mind and fixing things when you're not happy. This is where I want his leg to be. And his toes here. Just... there we go. And then his foot. This is looking better. Don't stop till you're happy. Sometimes I start all over again, and I'll draw the dragon another time, but I'm pretty happy with everything else. I'm just working on this part right here. I wanted to show you that the artist process isn't always perfect every time. So don't be discouraged if yours isn't perfect on the first try. Alright, so now we're ready to outline with a black marker because we are happy with our final lines. I'm using my thick black marker to do the main outline of my dragon. But I'm going to use a fine tip for my fine details after. But all of the main outlines are going to be thick black, not the scales and not the sharp pointy bits. There, that looks good. I'm probably going to come back in with a thick line on his tail after I see how these fine point marks look. I do find that varying the thickness of your black lines can make a big difference. Yeah, see if I make this one thick right here. It will look like it's the proper tail. Excellent. All right. Looks good. Okay, so now we're ready to erase all of our pencil marks. I really do love this part. It takes away all of the mess and all of the work we did to get him ready, and it just shows us all of the lines we were so happy with. All of our favorite lines. I think he looks great. So you could paint him, or you could use color pencils or markers. I'm going to use crayon today. I like working with all sorts of different coloring media. I'm using yellows and greens. He's just a happy little dragon. I'd love it if you would subscribe to my channel and if you would comment below or click like if you like this dragon. And I'd love to see your dragon if you're on Facebook or Pinterest or Instagram. And if you would like to receive email notifications when I upload new videos and you're already subscribed, this is how you do it. Go to my channel and click your subscribe button, and when you see the gear, it will give you an option to receive email. That's it. Thanks for watching.